what happens with traditional medicine? You go to the doctor and you say, these are the symptoms that I'm seeing, and so they're going to deal with the symptoms. They don't ask the why question at all. They ask the what question. What is this that we're seeing? What kind of diagnostic label can we give it? And then they pull out their script and they say, based on the label that we're giving it, here's a script for you, and then they give you lots of these things, right? So, and with this particular kind of traditional approach, it's a sort of one-size-fits-all treatment approach, because as long as it's showing certain of these symptoms, they can then label it, and all these kids get the same labels and the same kind of tablets. Good news is we have the Dr. Artianas of the world, because she doesn't do that. She says, why? And her why is to look into what's going on underneath this here. And so she's going to look, and she's going to send you off for the test, and she's going to look for things like what's happening in the gut. Do we have dysbiosis? Do we have leaky gut? Do we have vitamin deficiencies? Do we have heavy metal toxicities? Do we have a whole bunch of things? How the thyroid working, etc. So that's a good start to answering the why question. The why, because these things, some of the systems in the body have gone out of whack, not functioning in the way they should function. And you know that once the body is not functioning the way it should function, the brain will not function the way it should function. And as we've discovered now, which is just the most amazing, incredible discovery, and that is that when you have an unhappy tummy, you've got an unhappy brain. Exactly the same neurotransmitters that we have in our gut are the same ones as we have in our brain. And so when the gut is upset and the neurotransmitters are at the wrong levels, it will immediately translate into an inability to focus, etc. So thank goodness for integrative, functional medicine, pediatricians. So now we have this we don't want to do. We're doing well with this, but you know there's another missing piece underneath. And that is, there's another why. In other words, why are we getting all these things that the tests are showing us? Why is my child's body showing these kind of physiological conditions and symptoms? And underneath that why is the fact that there is a hurting spirit. Because when we have a hurting spirit, we are going to have a hurting body and a hurting brain. And unfortunately what happens in so many situations is, even if you get lucky enough to avoid this doctor, and you're very lucky to find this doctor, the best combination is if we can fix the spirit, body and brain all together. Because then we have a long-term solution that is sustainable, and those symptoms will not come back. The issue, unfortunately, is very often that we have these wonderful doctors that do this, but there is this underlying root cause of this child is hurting inside. This child has got some inner hurt, and we're not dealing or identifying the inner hurt. And then what happens is, with all the best treatment in the world here, this begins to upset what we're doing, and we're back into looking at more tummy aches, maybe headaches, or whatever it may be. So you put these two together, and we're able to give that child the most incredible gift of moving forward in a healthy, strong way, with a strong, robust, happy spirit, and a healthy body and healthy brain.